My name is Alan Syliboy. I'm a Mi'kmaq artist. I live in Millbrook First Nation. I was born here. I still live here. I am a working artist.
You seem to be part of a huge group of people, whether they've influenced you or you've influenced them, but some of the people in your life that you were influenced by.
Well, there's a lot of people. I mean, in fact, I have long-term relationships with lots of people. 40 years, 50 years sometimes. I still do business with them. I still know them. And I think that's something that I've always strive to have, is a working relationship that lasts a long time. So there are many people in my life that are in that category. You know, especially there was people in government that helped me get my business together, and they got me in shows. I did a trade show in Tokyo, and I've been to Europe a few times, so I had lots of help there to get there. And then, you know, there's people like our drum maker. We have a drum maker in Seattle. He's 82 years old, and he supplies all our drums, which are many, and it's amazing. That's my goal. If I can function like he does at 80 years old, I would be very happy.
So drums seem to be a big part of marketing your work, or not marketing, it just seems to be a signature of you. Maybe you could talk about the drum, what do you call it?
The daily drum.
Daily drum, I was going to say the drum. Yeah. The daily drum. So what is it about you and drums and your art? Well,
the daily drum, well, actually it all started with Facebook, and I've been on Facebook since almost the beginning, around 20 years, and that's really how I built up my clientele. My audience was Facebook, and still is, to a large degree. So the drums were, I painted a few drums here and there, but it wasn't anything that was, you know, that I just tried it to experiment, and didn't really make any money from them, because you had to buy the drum and then paint it. And so, you know, it wasn't a money-making venture at the beginning. However, we got on Facebook, and we did the daily drum for a week, and I have an assistant, Reg, and that was his idea to do the daily drum, and so we did that, and we do a little write-up, you know, there's a little bit of a cultural text, you know, that goes with it, and so we did it for about a week, and you know, that was it. But then, you know, there was a lot of protest about where's the daily drum. We were watching the daily drum, and from that time on, we just could not stop the daily drum. It has to be on, and has been, you know, 99% of the time, on time every morning, but sometimes, you know, technical problems, but, you know, people have to get their daily drum fix. So it just evolved on its own. It's like everything. If you do it, and you do it well, it seems to grow and keep itself growing, you know.
Yeah. Are you a drummer? You're a drummer.
Well, yeah, I am a drummer. I'm a percussionist. I'm not a singer. I don't sing. I play percussion in our band, the Thundermakers, but I'm not a singer, you know. So, but I have plenty of singers in my group. So, but I keep the beat, and that's the important part, and I try to keep that end up.
I like the setup here. It's kind of like yours, the couches and the chair.
Well, this is my living room now, and I have people come in all the time. I've had Senator Prosper the other day drop by and have some tea, and it's just like the old days, you know, it's coming to my house. So it felt like that, and you know, so I'm really happy about this whole environment that I'm in now, and I'm be able to produce the art in a way that I want to produce it.
What do you think coming here has brought to Millbrook? What have you given them by coming here?
I think, you know, having been from Millbrook and having this place, we're getting notoriety from all kinds of places, all over the world actually. We're selling paintings that are going to England and Germany and Italy and France just in the last 6 months. So people are coming here, and it is, I think, it's a destination now. I think that is what we're hoping for, and we're looking forward to having a full year, and we plan a big open house on our first year anniversary.
I don't know if it was a vision of yours to do this, or not a dream, but a vision or an idea that you kept working on, or did it just present itself?
I think it just presented itself, but you know, like I said, I was doing fine at home in my office, and we were, you know, selling to the world. We're online. We had lots of clientele, and we were doing fine. We didn't need to move here. We did that out of choice. So that's why I feel very comfortable about this move that we made. But no, we were fine. But we were more known out into the world, in the world at large, rather than in my own community. So I think that's changed quite a bit. And it's good to see the community come to visit. And that's what I enjoy very much. You know, time change over years, you know, and people, I think, take a while to realize just what they have. And this place is very unique. There is no place like this anywhere. An artist that has their own studio, that's a commercial entity. That is quite rare.
What are you getting from community members who come here? What's the general reaction?
Oh, the reaction from the community is very, very good. Very, very warm. You know, and we're a part of this community. So any kind of solidarity, any auctions that we donate, we try to contribute to the community as much as we can. So being a part of this, you know, just it feels right, all of it.
Obviously, it does contribute to the tourism sector of Mi'kma'ki, but how does your artwork contribute to tourism?
Well, it's you know, my work adds to to tourism in a way that's been missing up to now. You know, we've been invisible. You haven't seen us in tourism ads, you know, and then there was very few places you could find Mi'kmaq work, and that is changing. Facebook and that kind of thing has helped a lot because there's a lot of producers that are using that now, and there's a stream of customers that you have access to now. So, yeah, I think I've got incredible amount of support from tourism, and we're more visible now because we're getting to have public art that's Mi'kmaq, that marks our place in this world, and you see more and more of it. Just like out west, and you know, you see it's prolific out west. You know, their native art is celebrated, and our art is starting to get there as well.
Well, you've answered a lot of this in the first, but let's get it How important is tourism industry to your business?
Well, tourism is very important because, tourists are looking for something unique or something about the place they are. And so we've had, tourists come by and buy from my gallery before, but now it's accelerated. It's on steroids now. We have tourists coming all the time. We're across from a major hotel, and there are people from that hotel come here every single day.
So tour operators, are they important to your business? And if they are, explain why.
We haven't started tours yet, but we are working on that. We are developing a tour, and we will be looking into that direction. And we have a space next door that is quite large, and then we also have the band is set up there too as well. So we have a lot to offer, and I think we are. This is a perfect place for a tour.
So is Mi'kmaq authenticity important to your work? So I think that has a few points to tell the world about the authenticity. Is it important to your work? Why?
Well, Mi'kmaq, being authentic, Mi'kmaq, I am a Mi'kmaq, but I also researched. It's not something that it is based in history, in our culture. So it doesn't come from. It's just not made up. It is something real that I looked into, that I worked at, and so everything we do is 100% authentic, just like I am.
Why is that important to a tourist?
Well, for a tourist that wants to buy a piece of art, but they buy directly from the artist, that is very rare. And to come here, to meet an artist, to buy it here, so they can go home and say, yeah, I bought this from an artist, and this is what I bought. And
the original.
Yeah, because they call that 100% provenance. If you buy it directly from the audience, it's authentic. You can prove it, and then no one can say that it's fake or, it's 100% provenance. It's very valuable to an art dealer.
What would you like to tell students who are learning about tourism and managing an Indigenous business?
Well, I think any kind of business that you're in, you are the brand. That is, you represent the brand, and so you have to have integrity. One of the first things that I learned when I was out selling my T-shirts in the old days, that I went to a couple of stores, and we had some indigenous items, but we couldn't keep supply. We couldn't maintain it, and so we stopped. So I said to myself, that's not going to be me. If we make a promise, we're going to keep it. We're going to supply whatever you need when you need it. And that was a goal I made for myself. We sold shirts all over the world. We had an agent in Japan at one time, and fax used to ring at 2 a.m. and with orders, and we never missed a shirt. And they're very, everything has to be perfect with them. So that was my education. I had a goal, and then, I'd be consistent. Be always consistent, and your word has to be your bond. So I learned that, and also, if you make mistakes, don't make them again. So that's one of the main things. But it's okay to make mistakes, but, you know, when you learn, that's valuable. So if you make a mistake and you learn from it, there's a value to that.
So in terms of your books, like how did you start becoming an author?
Well, I became an author. I didn't really mean to be an author. It's like a lot of things that I didn't necessarily set out to be. It just happened. One night I was doing a show at the Marigold Center. That was the first show they just opened, and I was the first artist in that art center in Truro. So I got a call one night from Peter Sanger, and he was writing a book. He was doing a book called A Stone Canoe, and he was looking for an artist. And I said, well, okay, I'd be interested. I'll see you in the morning. And he come to my studio. And he said he's been working on this book for 4 years. Elizabeth Paul was doing the translation. And he needed an illustrator. So that's what I did. I illustrated the book for him. And, you know, that's the first time I had anything to do with a book. And also, you know, later on, Gasper Press said, you know, would you write a book or do a book on Little Thunder? And I did. I did a book. But I had no direction, and I never did a book before, so I didn't really know what I was doing. But anyway, I started to tell the story. And it really didn't fit Gaspereau, because Gaspereau, you know, it was sort of aimed at a younger age, you know, and so Nimbus took that book, and we've been doing books ever since, you know. It's gone really extremely well. It's been in print for 8 years. Amazing that they still print this book after 8 years. And it's something that's just grown. But, you know, the idea of having books in a school that has English and Mi'kmaq in it, and you have non-native kids speaking Mi'kmaq, counting in Mi'kmaq. That's very important. I think that changes the whole world when you do that. And you know, so I can go places, and I was stopped by a grade 2 little girl and said, you know, she was asked me about my creative process and things like that. Her mother didn't know who I was, but she did. And, you know, so I was, you know, that kind of thing. I sign autographs sometimes and for kids, you know, but I'm really happy about that. To me, that's something that, like, I didn't envision, but, you know, it just, the opportunity presented itself, and so here we are.
Ego igande ha ego guandu dana he ego igande he guandu dana he